My first overall play is going to be Vucevic over 2.5 assists here on NBA. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 other plays here and provide you guys with a 5 flex play using the DGFantasy optimizer. And my second overall play is going to be Gordon Hayward under 4.5 assists. What we're going to be doing is scanning the market, looking at what these other sportsbooks are pricing these exact projections as and comparing them directly back to PrizePicks. This is a form of plus EV betting called line comparing. And again, I'm going to be breaking this down here using the DGFantasy optimizer. What we're going to do is switch over here and I'm going to show you guys mathematically profitable long-term plays. Again, by scanning the market. Think of sports betting like the stock market. Stop thinking about how to predict players and game scripts, predict players to go over projections, because the average sports bettor does not have enough sports knowledge to beat the books long-term. Keep in mind that PrizePicks has hidden implied odds behind each one of their legs because they're a fixed payout platform. Let's break down exactly what this means. If I just throw in 3 other random legs here to get a 5 flex, it's always going to be paying out 10x for going 5 out of 5, 2x for going 4 out of 5, and 0.4x for going 3 out of 5. This equates to some hidden implied odds behind every single leg. And again, it does not matter the combination. PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform that does not alter their payouts based on the combination of players, regardless of the sport that you're entering. So what we have done here, I've actually broken this down in terms of a mathematical break-even % odds hit per leg, and we're going to take a look at that for you guys to understand exactly how to remain a profitable sports bettor. What this Google Doc shows you is it shows you the break-even percentage based on the EV that you're getting per leg, based on the average % odds to hit per leg. Meaning that if I were to use like a coin flip chance here on each individual leg, this would then show you the % odds that you would be hitting on each individual leg combination, going 0 of 5, 3.13% of the time, 5 out of 5, 3.13% of the time. You guys get the picture here. And it would show you my ROI over the long term based on a buy-in entry of $10. Meaning if I were a 50% sports bettor, over the long term, I'd be losing $2.50 for every $10 that I put in. But imagine for once I'm not an average sports bettor, I actually hit over a 50% hit rate, and you guys actually can by observing the market. I'm going to show you exactly how to in this video. But what we need to find out here first is the break-even percentage for every 5-leg slip, so that we know exactly what % odds to hit per leg to target so we can remain profitable, right? So let's go ahead and just find this out. And again, I only know this because I've done this a million times. It's not 52%. We need to be hitting higher than 52%. How about 53%? No, we need to be hitting higher. Average per leg of 53%. 54? No. But the average % odds to hit break-even percentage per leg is going to be 54.26% in the long term, which equates to an average fair odds per leg of minus 118.6. Again, those are fair odds. So that is after you remove the juice from both sides of a leg of a traditional sportsbook player prop leg. All right, so bear with me here. I know this is going to seem like a lot of math, but it will all make sense here as soon as we switch over to our DGF optimizer because it makes it very simple to understand. And again, why we're focusing on the 5 flex here on PrizePicks is because it is technically the best bang for your buck in terms of ROI long-term than any other slip type on PrizePicks. I'm going to prove it to you here in a sec. So for a 2-man power, the break-even percentage is 57.75%, meaning that you have to hit over each individual leg 57.75% of the time to break even, opposed to a 5 flex where it's only 54.26%. So it allows more room for error, for user error, of course, right? So if we switch over to a 2-man power and I were to say, hey, if I'm only hitting 54.26% on each leg, I'm losing $1.16 per every $10 that I'm putting in on a 2-man power. And again, that's just math. That is literal truth. So you would be losing more long-term if you're a casual sports bettor every single time you're hitting a two leg parlay compared to a 5 flex. So again, for sake of simplicity, we're going to assume here that we are not a casual sports bettor. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to remain profitable in the long run. So now, knowing what we know, that we have to hit each individual leg of over 54.26% in the long term, we're going to find actual legs according to the market that are over that % odds to hit. I'm going to break down exactly how we're going to observe the market here in this video, right? So what we're going to do is use the DGFantasy optimizer. What this tool does is it compares directly the projection to every single traditional sportsbook projection, plus the hidden odds to hit, the implied odds. These are the juiced lines on each traditional sportsbook. And what the optimizer does is it devigs those percent odds to hit and turns it into a true odds percent odds to hit, right? So let's take a look here at Vucevic. Right now, his line is set to 2.5 on PrizePicks, but every single other sportsbook has this heavily juiced, as you can see here on the over, having average implied odds of minus 143 according to the market, right? When you devig all of these hidden odds, you're getting a 55.08% fair odds percent, which is the true percent odds to hit. So this long term would be a mathematically profitable sports bet because it's above that threshold of 54.26%. Does that make sense? And the entire process here should be going through each individual leg, finding higher than that 54.26% threshold to guarantee that my average percent odds to hit per leg is higher than that threshold. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I also noticed that when giving this a refresh here, it looks like Gordon Hayward's line did get bumped. Again, we had the less than 4.5. So it just goes to show you that the market really is adjusting here to these traditional sports books. The PrizePicks market adjusts based on sharp money coming in on one side or the other. The same people who have this tool are hitting mathematically profitable bets and therefore causing PrizePicks to bump up or down their lines. And as you can see here, Gordon Hayward got bumped down. So we no longer can use this leg. And honestly, it's going to be really hard to get out this video with unbumped lines because we're adjusting to the market. We're showing you mathematically profitable bets. So let's try to get through this video with as many as we possibly can. And they also removed Vucevic as I was recording. So what we're going to do here is we're going to give this a quick refresh and just try to go really fast, right? And after giving this a quick refresh, you guys can see there's no longer any profitable long-term plays for NBA, as you can see, because if I go to sort by NBA 5 Flex PrizePicks slips, there's no longer any plays. But what I can do here is switch to the middling tool and find some niche markets that are mathematically profitable. So we also have what's called the middling tool, where you can literally compare DFS value, right? So for instance, here we have Mark Williams rebounds and assist line set to 10.5 on PrizePicks, underdog 10.5, Fliff 10.5. Every single DFS app has a set to 10.5 except for parlay play. So what I would do here, the mindset is that this exact line is very aggressive here according to the market on parlay play. We would take only the under on parlay play, but generally speaking, if we switch down here to let's say Michael Porter Jr., player 3 points attempted, there's only a 1-to-1 comparison, meaning that we should be middling these two plays. And again, this is another way to observe the market. Michael Porter sitting at 7, a great middling opportunity to hit the over on underdog and the under on PrizePicks at 7, because if this lands on 7, you don't lose on either app. You win on the underdog and you technically push on the other. This is going to land on that 7 mark, given our models, at a 6.43% rate, which is higher than the threshold for that 54.26% hit rate. So what I would be doing here is going over to Michael Porter, putting him in, and hitting the under here on his 3 points attempted, because this looks like a great play according to the market. And generally, you see a lot of niche markets with an opportunity to middle, just like the one we found here with Michael Porter, and the exact same thing can be said here with Caldwell Pope. It looks like the exact same kind of niche market exists here. Player 3 points attempted, 4 and 4.5. So what we would do here is, again, we would middle this. Heading over, putting this Caldwell Pope prop into a PrizePicks slip because it is higher per that percent odds to hit of 54.26. And again, you can find these mathematically profitable plays and which ones exist by using this filter at the top and going all the way through these and sifting through ones where you find a clear edge. And there is a clear edge because this is a 1-to-1 comparison. Because in all these other stat categories, you can see that the whole market exists with maybe the exception of one. So here it looks like Boom Fantasy is a little bit too soft. I would be hitting this on Boom Fantasy. For this exact one, same thing. A little bit too aggressive on Boom Fantasy for Kyrie Irving. So I would just hit that on Boom Fantasy. This one looks very soft on Walker Kessler. It looks like 16.5. Could hit the over here on Hot Streak. So anyway, we're looking for PrizePicks plays in this video, and there's not really too much that pop out to me. Looks like there's actually a couple down here. So Anobi under 3 points attempted. This might be a 3 points attempted slip, and that's completely fine. I would be all for middling these plays here on UD. I'd switch immediately over, hit the over on 6 over there, and then hit the under on PrizePicks at 6.5. But again, I'm grabbing the best bang for my buck, which is why I'm including all these in a 5-man flex slip, opposed to like a 2-man power, because earlier we described 2-man powers as being basically worthless. There's no point on hitting a 2-man power because the hidden juice is a lot higher than on a 5 flex. And then again, going down here, another niche market Zach LaVine here under points or 3 points attempted, under 6.5. And scrolling down, it looks like there's not too much more here to observe. And actually, it looks like some fantasy scores just popped up. So what we can do here is throw in Kobe White under fantasy score from the optimizer. And we can even throw in Jakob Hurtl under fantasy score because it's above that threshold. And yeah, we just found a nice 6 flex here. According to the market, this is going to be a mathematically profitable slip in the long term. And again, all we're doing is observing the market. If you guys observe the market in the long term, because data knows all, the market knows all, right? The whole job of these sports books is to make money off of sports bettors like yourselves. Don't fall to their trap, guys. Observe the market, use the data against them, and find discrepancies in the market that are mathematically profitable. Guys, hopefully you did enjoy this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course, smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. This just got bumped down. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.